ba 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 ba. Hope I look better today. I can't tell. Oh, what a time to be alive. Hope everyone's doing good today. Awful noise. I think I know what it is. Hold on. Hello, Gab. I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself? Do I sound okay? Cool. Fixed? Okay, I knew what it was. Sweet. Is there any audio delay? I switched what capture device I'm using. So, I mean, I'm hoping with some of my setting changes, the quality might be a little higher. I don't know if it's noticeable. I hope it is. Seems good. It's cool. Yeah, nice. Everything is going pretty solid. It's gonna be more lubing. Today's just part 2 of yesterday. Hello, Nick. Yeah, yesterday was the Lubeathon. Today's the Lubeapalooza. Nothing too exciting. Just more lubing, folks. I don't even have all the lights on. I should turn my last light. I don't know. It looks okay like this. Let me just turn the last light on and see how this turns out. Lucella. That's a pretty good one, actually. Or is that on switch? There it is, with that last light right there. What are your thoughts on the Duck Viper V3? Thinking of selling yours, not sure. You know what? I literally haven't thought of the Duck Viper V3 because every time I think about the Duck Viper V3, I just look at my V2 and I think, why would I need another Duck Viper past that? The Duck Viper V2 is still, in my opinion, the epitome of Duck 60% boards. I don't think you can get better than that. What up, Jay? What are we talking about? We're talking about Duck Viper's V2s. The quality of V3 is top notch. Interesting. I don't know. I just felt like completely fine once I had the V2. I mean, I've had the V2 for years now, like just years and years. So, okay, we're gonna start with 3204 for the springs, and then we'll do 3203 for the stems, and then we'll be in a good spot for this build and more lubing. It's only like 4 days straight of lubing on stream. I think that's what my goal is. It's just I'm gonna pain myself to go through this and do this, because maybe it's just a phase. It's just a phase, Mom. All this lube in my room. What an awkward conversation to have with your mother. I wish industrial lubes were cheaper. You know, like, you guys ever think about, like, the lubes we use for keyboards is technically, like, kind of overkill? Like, think about it. I'm using a blend of Krytox that's like, in like actual engineering wise is probably, you know, actually overkill for how we're using these lubes. But I think that's just like a testament to like how extreme we take this hobby at times. Like, this lube is rated for what? Between like literally between freezing and like 110 Celsius. So for the springs, I'm using the Krytox 3203, 3204, and for the stems, when I get there, I'll be using the Krytox 3203. blends. So that's gonna be where I'm at for these. Yeah, the Tribosys. Yeah, that's right, because it's made by What Miller. What's that company? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. What is this? A lint on my brush? Yikes. Miller Stephenson, thank you. It is Miller Stephenson. Thank you, Jeff. Are you already at work? Aren't you at work a bit early? Actually, no. This is probably roughly a normal time to be at work for you. Tonight I'll be lubing. So the housings, you've been here for 3 hours. Nice. The housings and springs are just gonna be inks, but the stems are going to be halo stems. Yeah, so you can see them here. Yeah, this combo, this is a customer combo. I think this will turn out pretty interesting, to be honest. I don't know. This is my first time trying this combo of these stems with these housings. So this is for a customer build. This is for a Key Cult 1 of 60 build that they sent over to me, and you know, this is a really nice customer because they actually sent this board to me to build over the summer, and they literally just told me, Huey, just to get to this build whenever you want to. Like, I kind of feel bad now because I've literally had this Key Cult sitting here for like 4 months, right? This is like a you have to win a raffle and then pay $600 kind of deal, and I've just kind of been sleeping on it. So I felt like I should get my shit together and build this keyboard for this friend. I'm the worst. Oh man, recommend you switches for your Duck Viper V3 build away from the hobby. What kind of plate? What kind of plate's inside? I think that'll be a pretty big determining factor. Full aluminum. Okay. Are you looking at something tactile or something linear? Because I got options that work either way, depending on the mood you're in. What kind of flavor your fingers yearn for. Primarily linears. Okay, let me see. I mean, personally, I really like inks. I really like something silent. Ooh, man, that's a harder one for me because I've actually fallen out of love with silent switches. The rubber bumper and pads is kind of actually annoying me more now than how much benefit I get out of them. That's me personally. But if you want to stick on that route, I think there are silent inks that are decent. Probably decent. I mean, inks themselves are decent. There's the silent Pakas, like Nick says, as well. Those are always an option. Probably chose like the worst night to stream. There's only like 3-4 people streaming tonight. Oh well, yo ro. Challenge before you don't like it as much, willing to try again. Okay, that is a good attitude though. That is a very good attitude. Either the silent inks or the silent alpaca switches, I think would be the best route to go. And if none of those really tickle your fancy, then you may be like me and just have to forego silent switches. Well, non-silent linears, inks, if you don't mind a higher pitch sound, creams, standard like any kind of the standard like Durock switches are fine. If you want to go old school, the Gatoron KS3 switches, or Vint Blacks, if you want to kick it with the OGs. I think one of the things that's definitely understated is, while a lot of linear switches have improved, I think in general people's ability to lube switches has gotten improved as well, and like the knowledge of lubing switches is so much more widespread than it used to be. I think that's like one of like the big dealios. You know what I'm saying? L7 is probably worth a shot. There's quite a few switches worth like taking a look at these days. If you're gonna build linears, don't get them from drop. Wait till some people have some reviews out for the UMHW stems from 415 keys, because those are like the super slippery, like more slippery than palm stems. The round 1 from Inver were, in my opinion, absolutely amazing and great if you wanted such a smooth, amazing, luscious feeling linear with those stems. The round 2 that had a drop exclusivity apparently are kind of shit with a shit ton of issues, so would recommend avoiding those. 415 keys claims they got a manufacturer to make them for them, so whether or not they'll be better or not, I don't know. I do have a bag of them coming my way, but I don't have them yet, so I can't really recommend them. If you can get a bag of like V1 UMHW stems, then put that in literally any decent housing you like, and you're gonna have and lube them up, and you'll have an amazing linear switch. That's what me thinks. Definitely looks like a slower stream day for me. Actually, that's okay. That means I can probably work faster on lubing these switches. For now. I wonder if the same thing's gonna happen again, and I'll be like the last one standing in terms of like streaming late, because I end up doing that because I'm irresponsible and I just keep going. It could happen. I hope not. I hope when I finish streaming, there'll still be someone else up awake and not international that I can raid. Yeah, so this is lubing for a customer build, and after this I have to lube another set of switches for a customer build, and then I can finally start considering lubing switches for my own builds coming up. So yeah, that'll be exciting. Go wide. I think this is a probably more appealing view for most people than the lube view. Maybe. I'll switch between them as we go along, as I work on these switches. 2 rows down, 3 to go. Okay, this one's not that bad. This is only like 70 switches, so this feels way shorter than yesterday, where I did like 90 switches. Is there a Squeakapalooza going? You know it. So yeah, I did try to lube my chair off stream, and it didn't really work. So it's yeah. It's squeak where the sun don't shine. I don't have WD-40 on me, unfortunately. I ran out. So I tried the normal keyboard lube with dielectric grease. That didn't work. One of these days I'll just get a new chair. See, what I kind of want to do is I want to get the base of a stool like I have here, but then for like the base and back of the stool, I want to basically get like a gamer chair. So I have like a stool gamer chair, because this is like a pub height table, like, because you know you guys see me stand up at this table and I can like work relatively normally, right? This is maybe on the shorter side of pub height, but like imagine having like a stool with like the gamer back and bucket. That would be hilarious. I just think that'd be hilarious. Necessary? No. I just think that'd be a good laugh. Okay, let's get back to this stool life. Studio tour? You guys basically have had like studio tours before. My studio isn't really like that interesting. IMO is mostly just like cramped and messy and filthy and grunge. I mean, yeah, it's my bedroom. Like my bed is literally about 2.5 feet from where I'm sitting. Like the reason the camera is angled this way is so you don't see my bed. Great point, J Chef. A great point. And it's not even like you're watching me lube. You're watching me lube for a second day in a row. Today's the Lubeapalooza. Is this what I do now? I'm just trying to like, I don't know. I have a lot to lube and I figure why not do it with friends? Heh, lubing with friends. So yeah, Bluetooth is bullshit, by the way. From the distance from here to my desk, I've been trying consistently for like the last half an hour before I started stream to connect this to my computer, and it's just not going. It only works when I'm like 3 feet away from my computer. So fuck you, Bluetooth. I'm just gonna get a cheapo USB mechanical keyboard with a little dongle because Bluetooth can eat my asshole for all I care. For all I care. Hello, Gentle. Good to see you again. Welcome to day 2 of the Lube Marathon, aka today is the Lubeapalooza. Because I don't want like a USB cable to go literally through the middle of my room. I have dry eyelids. That's so weird. Where's Laughmaster? Laughmaster said this morning he would try making one of, Dewey and I's egg sandwiches and give people the results. And that's what I want to know. I want to know how that went. He's gonna come in and he's gonna be like, it was amazing. Can't believe I just discovered this in my life. Yep, that's Coco in the background. She's barking at people outside. She may be a small woofer, but she has big woofer energy. Small doggo, big woofer. Man, this is... Well, now that I look at like only 3 rows of switches, it seems like so much less daunting than yesterday. And then again, I did already open switches at the end of the last stream, so I literally am just picking up with going straight to lubing springs, which makes it super easy. Yeah, I kind of want to throw my my blank black PPS keycaps on my Viper. I think that'll be the move. It's heroic. Back in my day, I lube switches for 2 days in a row. Lubing switches was my Vietnam. I served on the lube front line. Nice. You save yourself a lot of time, Dewey. So you're not missing out on too much. I mean, I think you're missing out on a lot, but if you're too lazy to, then don't. It all comes down to. It just comes down to if you want to or not. If you don't want to, don't. But will you? What up, Mineral 4X? Hope you're doing good. That's so many event blacks though. Like, I don't blame you because like, even just looking at that many switches would be like, ah! Like that's actually an intimidating amount to look at. That's why I'm lubing in batches right now, per build. But yeah, not much is up with me, Mineral. Just more lubing today. This is a lubing kind of week. I'm lubing to yesterday. I'm gonna be lubing a lot more today. I'll probably be lubing a lot more tomorrow because I have to lube for 3 customer builds and 3 personal builds at the minimum. So I'm just busy. Yeah, dude. Chen gang. But lubing is just pretty simple. Pretty simple. I do think the video quality is marginally better. I can't really tell on this monitor because this monitor is having a wireless HDMI transmission, so this monitor's quality is already like reduced to shit. Although to be fair, I am capped at, 6,000 kilobits per second, basically for Twitch. So there's only so much quality I can push through with some, compression and whatnot. I'm trying. Last row. Easy. I hope Sifo's okay too. Has a hot plate been ordered? It has not been ordered yet. I'm in no rush to order a hot plate. Give me your contact. This is still primarily a keyboard stream, not a flipping pancake stream. Have I played any good games lately? Not really, to be honest. Not really. I've been pretty busy with like work stuff. So when I get home from work, I end up just like watching videos on YouTube and then going to sleep or working on like small keyboard stuff here and there. Yeah, I mean, roasting marshmallows. Okay, I mean, marshmallows and champagne's another story. That's just marshmallows and champagne. Right? Like as far as I know, as well, it depends. You want to watch keyboard streaming about lube or a very shitty game development story? For the stream. I forgot about a drink today too, so I'm pretty bummed out. I'm no alcohol. Am I getting the WoW expansion? No. I want to, but I'm not going to. I'm pretty sure Nebulant's gonna get it because Nebulant, gets into WoW every expansion. I played with Nebulant for BFA for a bit. It was fun. I raided with his guild. It was good stuff. Okay, Springs, done. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, baby. I can't wait to lube these Palm Holy Pandas, though. Untitled Sim is not a good game, especially for all those reasons you've listed. Alright, brush clean. Let's move on to the... if you have fun with it, good for you. I think it's trash. I think their whole story and saga behind it is definitive proof it is trash. Also, making a whole entire game with if statements is also kind of trash. Partially the reason why it's so unoptimized and shitty. I mean, also the development's just been shitty because it's a guy who's kind of a shitty person. So. Time to get to the stems. I am not hungry today, which is good. I'm not making holy pandas, though. I have no clue why you think these are holy pandas. Because these are ink housings. These are Halo stems, though. No, no. These Palm Holy Pandas don't look like this. I'll be lubing my Palm Holy Pandas probably on Thursday. When I end up lubing switches for my personal build, what will it be? It depends, because I have three to four personal builds I need to lube switches for. I have a, thank you, Jeff. I have a Yohane TKL I got in recently. I'm getting in an Ogre. I just paid for my shipping for that. And then I will be rebuilding my Zephyr. So those are the three boards that I get lube switches for. And I don't know where I'm going to go with those. I think for the Yohane TKL, that has a brass plate, I'll probably go with like lubed inks. So, you know, something I love and I think is really simple and nice. Depending on how the UMHW stems from 415 keys turn out, I might use those. Do I ever sell my boards? I do very rarely, but not too often. And when I do sell them, they're usually never sold publicly. They're always sold to friends or people I know. And never internationally unless it's a friend or someone I know and would trust. Although, when I say internationally, I mean like outside of North America. I don't know, I do like most of my boards, because quite a few of my boards I got, you know, through friends or from friends or as group buy supporting friends that have, you know, meaning to me that I'd never sell. Like my HBCP, something I'd never sell because, you know, I got it to kind of want to support Honeybush and I like his work. Things like my HHKB, as iconic as it is, you know, I'd never sell that, right? Yeah, there's a lot of boards that have like stories or reasons I care about them. That is why most of the boards I have left, even though I still have a lot of boards, are mostly boards I care about. There are quite a few that are like I collect them for the sake of collecting them. Most of the vintage stuff. That's good fun. Hype. That means I have another set of switches I need to lube for that too. Yep, that's definitely going to be true. I know that feeling all too well. Arizona Meetup 2018. Dude, Amira with Holy Pandas loses to an OEM poker with like random ass like pad printed keycaps because it looked pretty. Big cack. Screw you, Arizona. There's no woods in Arizona. It's all back cacti there. Also that. I do miss meetups and want meetups to return, hopefully soon. I say hopefully soon, but it's not going to be soon, is it? We'll see. We'll just have to wait and see. One road done already? Hell yeah. Next summer. Yep. Next fall for NorCal. That'll be fun. But once they're back, I think memes are gonna be extremely popping once they're back, because people are gonna be like, I want meetups, I need to flex, must flex keyboards. And like the first big meetup everyone's gonna go to, there's gonna be like 20 JNV2 CEs, 25 JNV2s, 18 Alices, 7 HBCPs, 12 Bowers. PR, you're definitely underestimating what shows up at meetups if you think there will be 200 KBD 67s. When people show up, most people only show up with their Sunday best. And if their Sunday best isn't that great, a lot of people don't even care to bring their keyboards, because a lot of people don't want to just watch their keyboards the whole time. Like the keyboards you see at a meetup are not representative of the hobby at all. Otherwise, there would be 5 actual customs and everything else would be an OEM. Jeff, if you ever head out to the NorCal meetup in the future, there's some legit artisan people who go out and have legit multiple full stacks of cases of artisans. It's cray. And there's artisan giveaways. Some artisans people will be there and on low-key sell artisans or exclusive. A lot of people trade artisans while they're there. Yeah, if you're friends with those nerds, it'll be a hoot and a holler. Honestly, for me, some of the best times at meetups is everything else, meeting up with all your friends, grabbing dinner with your friends, partying with your drinking, partying with your friends, hanging out with your friends, just talking about all sorts of things and actually hanging out with friends as friends. Do any meetups go for more than a day? I mean, the meetup itself is a day, but for people, it's a whole weekend thing. For when I went to KeyCon last year, I met up with Jay Shuff the day before to have lunch. And I met up with Olivia for dinner. And I met up with other friends for this and that. The day before, the day of, and the day after. So it's when you hang out with your friends, it really does feel like a whole weekend event. We're sure that the main attraction is, that Saturday when you have that, 6 to 8 hour meetup. But then, everything else around it is great. Having hot pot with your friends or KBBQ or whatever everyone goes out for. Trying to call a reservation for 12 people 2 hours before you show up and be like, hey, sorry to be a dick, but can I try to get a reservation for 18, 19 people. We'll be there in like an hour and a half. Is that okay? It's all good, Gab. They'll be next time. I will always say hi to anyone and talk to anyone who says hi to me. So yeah, that's why I like meetups. It's like a whole weekend of just hanging out, having fun. Like usually when I do meetups, I have Airbnb with my friends. Like for SoCal, I think it was like 8 of us in a nice Airbnb together. So we'd all just hang out all day. And we all got breakfast together, and it'd be cool. It was a good time. It was a good time. We're at KeyCon this year. No Colorado. It'll be back. It'll be back. Oh, pug meetup? Oh my god. That would have been so cute. We'll just have to wait and see. I think humans are adaptable people. Humanity will adapt. Everyone will just have masks at meetups. NBD. I'll also have my name stitched on my mask. My logo. I don't know, Dewey. The whole world is kind of stupid. I mean, concerts, things will return just differently. I don't like yeah, it's just like 9/11. I mean, PR is probably too young to understand the pre 9/11, but yeah, it's the thing. I mean, things will change, but it's not like fun goes away all of a sudden. That's actually dumb to think that. Like it's like life, you know. Some things in life you have the ability to change yourself, and sometimes life changes whether you care about it or not. And this is one of the things where life is like, this is gonna be happening now. But adjust, just adjust. I mean, it's not the same, yes, but people will eventually... Because nowadays, everyone's used to taking off their shoes when they go through airport security and taking off their belt or not even wearing a belt because you're going to take it off when you get through airport security. So just wear appropriately fitting pants. That's a good way to end a summer. What is this song? I have no clue. Oh, what is this thing? What is the thing? The world is more modern and different since the plague. Yeah, that's big true. To be fair, a lot of the world wasn't really sure what was happening during the Spanish Flu or the plague. Let's move this over here. since I'm right-handed and all. 2 rows done, baby. It's a whole different world. A whole new world. Oh wait, I can't. I'm gonna get DMCA'd. I'll literally get DMCA'd if I sing more. That's so bullshit. I know some streamers have got like DMCA claims from whistling a popular song or humming it. I know, I'm like I've been reading the current Twitch, like a ton of DMCA's got sent to a ton of partner streams. I'm not even a partner either, so they just like destroy me. But no any kind of music of the copyright variety anymore. I think more has changed in the last 100 years than the last 1,000 years. Yep, because people have a better ability to freaking communicate crazy information, and people have more gullibility in terms of information. Who would do that? Just go on the internet and tell lies? Almost halfway done, and it's almost an hour. Not bad for timing so far. Not too shabby. Okay. Is it time for the food discussion? Is it time of the night where we talk about food? I think it's time of the night we talk about food. Because I don't think I don't think we can have a true Huey stream without talking about food. So, food. The topic I want to bring up today is hot dogs. Okay, a lot of people like hot dogs. It's a simple meal, very popular 4th of July. You know, a grilled dog is quite a treat with a cold beer. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. The question is, what for you is the appropriate toppings for a good hot dog? For me, if I want a simple good hot dog, it's mustard, good mustard, and relish. Nothing else. Especially no ketchup. I think ketchup on hot dogs is a sin. How do you guys? What are your preferred hot dog toppings? Relish does not exist there. I'm very sorry. Gab, it's only mustard. You've got tomato, relish, sport, peppers, celery, salt, and onion. Interesting. That's quite loaded. In Brazil, people do crazy toppings. What kind of crazy toppings do people do there? I do have. You're correct. I have no idea, and I'd like to find out. I would like to see a picture. Chicago classic. That does sound pretty interesting. Celery, salt, and onion. Grilled onion or like raw onion? Are the onions done at all, Jeff? Choro Cuente del Nana. Oh, that's okay. It's interesting. It's quite loaded. Looks like there's like picnics or like tiny little fried bits on top. That's interesting. Looks raw. You could do grilled. You prefer raw. Interesting. I'm sure that gives like a nice little bite to it, huh? Both in like the texture, like nice little extra crunch with the snap of the dog, and it's a pretty decent contrasting flavors actually, huh? I need to try that. I just, for some reason, never really thought of like onions. For me, onions is like more of a burger thing than a hot dog thing. But hey, I'm open. I mean, I like me a good dog. PR Cardi, you think hot dogs are a child food like mac and cheese, which that's weird to think about, to be honest. But peppers, relish, and onion. Fair enough. What is the perfect kind of hot dog inside a hot dog? I think that's another big thing. That and like bun type, because there's a whole world into the composition of your hot dog. I think a lot of people sleep on good hot dogs. Just so I don't get in trouble with Twitch, is that hop a dog? Food cart hot dogs, very hit or miss in my opinion. One thing I don't understand is people who like jizz over like food carts for the sake that they're food carts or like food trucks. Everyone's like, oh, there's a food truck. Like in my mind immediately as a Californian, 75% of the time when I see a food truck, I'm thinking, oh God, it's gonna be overpriced, isn't it? You guys talk about there's like so many places with like super overpriced food trucks. And they're not even that good. Most food trucks are actually not good. I'm gonna say it. I think food trucks are hella overrated anywhere you go in the world. Let me check out those menus, Jeff. What we got here? Well, these look pretty good. I don't know. I've been to food trucks to New York as well. Also pricey. I haven't been to a Midwest food truck. That's fair. The Ebi tempura looks decent. With the croquette. Kobe beef, kind of overkill. Tonkatsu sounds pretty good. So there's just Japanese ingredients inside of a hot dog. I'm really mixed about this. Like, a yakisoba hot dog, Veggie. I mean, even if you go to LA and you go to like Huntington Park, right? It's still kind of pricey. But yeah, something like this on vacation is definitely a very nice novelty on vacation. I don't know, how do you guys feel about like the hot dog itself? Does it have to be a beef dog? Are you okay with pork dog, turkey dog, you know, one of those three with like cheeses infused or like spices infused with it? Can you go wrong with the hot dog part of a hot dog? For me, it's just like no chicken. No chicken dogs. That just sounds too healthy. Or turkey, for me. All right, have fun, Jay, with your D&D sesh. Go roll all them 20s. Like chicken dog, but not your favorite. I like both beef and pork, beef and pork dogs. Still conscious, rip. Yeah, get those death saves, baby. Have someone use their first aid kit. Like the German stuff, like bratwursts. Insert worst here. Box sausages. That sounds pretty good. Yeah, I feel like, man, maybe on stream I should make a good hot dog. I think good hot dogs are definitely really underrated. Except when it comes down for like 4th of July. There is actually across from me at work. There's a pretty it is overpriced in my opinion, but they do have some decent hot dogs. It's a place called Rocket Dog. Their logo is a picture of a dog wearing like aviator like flying goggles and like a flying cap from the ye old days. It's very cute. They just serve different like hot dogs and beer. It's a pretty fun place. It's just like I don't feel like paying between $8 and $12 for a hot dog, no matter how loaded it is. Because if I want a really good loaded hot dog, I would just make it myself. That's how I feel about steaks too. It's hard for me to want to order steak at a steak restaurant or a steakhouse when I'm very peculiar about how I like my steaks. Flank steak, interesting option to choose as your best. Making good progress. Where is Laugh? I'm really curious to see what do you think is the result of the egg sandwich this morning. Nice and simple today. Music stop again? No, it's still going. It's just a quiet part. Is it? Did it? Oh, it is up again. Alright, you missed pho? There's no pho places near you, or no decent pho places, or they're not open yet? Their pho is delicious. Good pho dish. Oh, with winter coming up, it's going to be a great time to have pho. All the time. Some nice, warm, hot pho on a cold day. Oh, so good. The only one in your city's been shut down since March. Oh no! Hopefully they open up soon, dude. Because it's like prime pho season is coming up. They knew me. Oh man, that's rough. When you come like a regular at a place, or like they recognize you, it's kind of a cool feeling. There's a few places near me where I work. Do I get mad if people mispronounce it? No. It's freezing. Yeah. Yeah, when it's cold, it's so good to have some pho. I usually get mine with like pretty much with most everything. What do you usually get yours with? I like mine spicy too. I add quite a bit of sriracha in the hoisin sauce. I think though, just so much salt. It's so good though. You squeeze a lime in, it feels so rejuvenating. Pretty much everything. Hell yeah. I think too many Americans who like pho sleep on like the cartilage or the tripe bits. So good, or the fatty bits. Oh. Usually on the jalapeno, that's solid. I never add any of the bean sprouts. Bean sprouts is something I just don't like at all. My folks, when the plate of like bean sprouts and the limes come, they'll just like grab a giant handful of bean sprouts and let it just throw it in their pho to eat. I can't do that. You go light, yeah, they're very hit or miss. For me, they're so like this is 95% miss. So I'm like, I'm not even gonna take that chance. You indulge in the basil. I do a little bit of basil. Does your place give mint as well, in addition to the basil? Because also a good move. Just like 1 or 2 mint leaves in, yum. Gives it like a breath of fresh air. Actually, I think we spoke about Italian food like 2 streams ago. We're talking about how like people who are like crazy purists about Italian food are usually dicks. Yeah. I mean, good Italian food's good, but like you know what I mean? The people who are like, if you slightly change anything about the recipe, they'll be like, "Ooh, it's gonna be horrible because it's not an exact carbonara." And you're like, it's just slightly different. It's still basically a carbonara. Why don't you accept any kinds of fusion or changes? Because it's not Italian. And I'm like, oh, come on, stop being like that. Let people enjoy what they want to enjoy. Stop being such a dick about it being slightly off from the original recipe. That kind of thing is what I don't like. Yeah, like I bring up carbonara because like I make a carbonara for myself quite a bit, but I don't have what's the right pork you're supposed to have? It's whatever it is. They don't carry it at my local supermarket, so I just use chopped bacon because I don't have guanciale. Thank you. I don't have guanciale available to me. So it's like people like break my balls. You're not using guanciale. I'm like, I physically can't get it where I live at my grocery store. So I'm gonna substitute it for something else. Don't be a dick about that, right? Stuff like that is what bothers me. And they're like, you can't call it a carbonara then. I'm like, oh, it's basically a carbonara. It's still pork at least. I'm not like using like fucking chicken. Wild. People be wildin'. But like you guys kind of know what I mean, right? The people who are like, and it's not even like with just Italian cuisine, because I met Vietnamese people who feel the same way about Vietnamese food, Spanish people with like paella and stuff. Yeah, other other cuisines. Like I'm sure you guys have all met people who are like very particular about a certain kind of cuisine, and you're like, come on, have a little bit of flexibility. I understand your rigidity to rules of understanding, but let us enjoy life. They don't actually care if you use bacon, just don't put peas or garlic. I mean, duh. People who care if you use bacon are probably not even born in Italy. Well, statistically, most people near me aren't born in Italy, so. Isn't one of, like, the Italian cooking rules, like, you don't mix cheese dishes with, like, seafood, I think? I don't know. Lubeapalooza continues. Yes, it does, Creeth. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Heavy butter and garlic is always a good combination, though. Like, I don't need to live to see 75, right? Like, if my heart blows out at 60, but I had a great life, kind of worth it? Why would you want to? I mean, I know Jay Chef probably eats pretty well, and he's still doing great. Although it probably helps that his significant other probably helps him with some delicious healthy stuff from time to time. But I'd rather eat delicious food I'd love all the time. That's why it's very hard for me to lose weight. I indulge a bit much. That's okay. What about desserts? I'm actually not too big on desserts, and that's because I don't know enough about desserts. I'll be perfectly honest. Like, I think culinarily, baking and desserts are my weakest fields of knowledge and experience. Dude, the spicy nuggies pulled me back in too, man. I don't blame you at all. Spicy nuggies with sweet and sour sauce, oh baby. The new hot sauce is a bit too vinegary, in my opinion. Doesn't really work. But I like those spicy nuggies with the sweet and sour baby. So desserts though, what desserts do you guys like? I'm a big fan of like a simple cheesecake or a creme brulee. Maybe those are like just like the most boring, like easy gourmet answers to give. But I'd love me a good cheesecake. No, I have not got the Travi Patty yet. The Travis Scott meal? No, I have not got that. I have no desire for that. Because that's just not things I'd get normally anyways. And I don't even know who Travis Scott is. I just saw one day, like, Travis Scott meal. I'm like, who's that? Don't know. Just gonna get some nuggies and filet fish. I don't get a quarter pounder when I go to McDonald's. I'm not too big on the QPs. It's just a quarter pounder with bacon and extra stuff. Okay. You know, the other day, I treated myself. In addition to spicy nuggies, I got a fucking Oreo McFlurry. Oh, so good. Oreo McFlurry. You want ice cream for dessert always? Yeah, ice cream. Ice cream's just all dessert. I like gelato. Gelato's good. Morgenstern here in New York is amazing. Butter pecan is your to-go. Interesting. I'm not gonna lie. I've never been to a place where like the butter pecan has like really wowed me. I also don't try butter pecan that much. Typically when I get ice cream, I like strawberry. Frozen custard, I've actually never had frozen custard before. I've never had frozen custard. I feel like I should try frozen custard. Next time I'm in New York, try Morgenstern's butter pecan. I will. I will. I mean, as long as it's good ice cream, it's good ice cream. I'm pretty open to most flavors of ice cream if it's, like, good ice cream, if that makes sense. I've never been to Culver's. I've never been to a Culver's, no. What do they serve at Culver's? Is that a Midwest chain? Sounds like a Midwest chain. I guess it is, because you said a Culver's, assuming... So I assume there's multiple. Maybe like a North Midwest thing? They do burgers and whatnot? Huh. Frozen custard. So I need to go to a Culver's for a frozen custard. I'll add that to my list if I ever see a Culver's in my life. Frozen I mean, I do like quite a bit of desserts. I wish I knew more about them. But like sometimes like I don't know, like milkshake. Is milkshake considered a dessert or just like a really sweet like side thing you I guess it is a dessert? Yeah, this is a dessert. Okay. We can firmly put it in. I don't know why I had to think about that. Do people actually not like pecan pie? No, I think a ton of people like pecan pie. It's not my favorite. Wouldn't be in my top 3, but I would eat it if it was available. Apple pie is number 1, if in case anyone was wondering. Can't go wrong with the classic. The all-American, baby. Am I a freak if I don't like having my pie with any kind of like whipped cream or Cool Whip? I know that's something a lot of people like. Where can you buy containers this big? Oh, for my lube? You just have to buy a lot of lube. You just have to buy a lot of lube, and they'll give you a big container, depending on your vendor. Because normally for like the small containers, when the vendor gets them, they have a big container, and they'll, depending on the vendor, and depending on the source of the lube, they'll part it. Yeah, some of them receive their lube parted out, and some of them receive it in like a bulk, and they actually measure out. It kind of depends. Last switch for this batch, baby, and then we can move on to the next batch. And we continue the Lubeapalooza. Yeah, Crow did, I think, for the most part, yeah, stop selling larger amounts quite a bit ago. Okay, let's put all these tops back on. Boop, boop. Oh, I could use a good milkshake right now. A good strawberry milkshake. Strawberry is like the best flavor from milkshakes, followed by chocolates, and then vanilla. I don't need to lube switch tops because I lube the part of the stem that interacts with the switch top. I care about the friction points, and I just lube the friction. We only need to lube 1/2 of a friction point. You know? Nice and easy. Okay, what am I going to lube next after this? That's the big question. I need to look at the third customer build I have to lube for. I think it's going to be ink housings. I think it's just going to be inks with a stem swap. I just need to double check my PMs, but I'm pretty sure that's what it's going to be for the last customer build I got to lube for. Will I finish it tonight? Probably not. It's not like a TKL amount. We'll see. I mean, night's still young. It's not even an hour 30 into the stream yet, so. Maybe I just like soldier through it right quick. That means tomorrow, if I finish the other customer build streams, build lube tonight, I can actually start my own switches to lube for myself tomorrow. And that might be the move. So I can finally get to building like some of my new boards, like my Yohane TKL, or rebuilding the Zephyr, which is, I think, a lot of people. I mean, who's seen a Zephyr build on stream on Twitch for it hasn't been one for a while, right? That's like old news. Everyone's building like all these fancy new boards now. And I'm just sitting here like rebuilding boards I got years ago. Don't get me wrong. I literally have like 3 boards that are extremely modern for customers I'm going to be building up and putting in a video for you all soon. A number 1 of 60, a Noxuary 280S, and an E8.5. Oh, nice. Someone else rebuilding their Zephyr? Hell yeah. It's definitely a board, I think. It's still a nice board. Still a V-nice board. Very fun. I like the design language on it. What's another good dessert? No, I guess just use a McFlurry. Like, it's like so simple and wholesome and good. Like, nothing wrong can happen with a McFlurry. I don't know why I'm really craving a McFlurry. I'm like actually completely full right now too. I need a more comfortable stool. This stool is actually kind of uncomfortable. And squeaky. Oh, gosh. My ass is starting to hurt, actually. Endure this stool for multiple days. Did I vote yet? I need to mail in my thing, actually. It's literally my ballot's literally in front of me. I see it. I just need to send it off. Easy peasy. Yes, everyone should take a part in the great American experiment known as voting. Would recommend. Hey, these are donezo. Let's just do a little bit of this right now. sweet. And let's put this in the bag for the customer, put it with their build stuff, and we'll be all good for these. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's not too late. Nice. Okay, let me double check what I need for this last one. Let's move my Discord over here so I can read my Discord. Oh shit, I actually don't even think I have those springs in yet for this other customer build. Shit. So I might have to just wait until those springs come in and then lube my switches then. Gasp, egad. Yep, I do not have those springs in yet. So I'll have to do one of my oh, man, okay, well, let's show off the board I'm gonna build up again. We gotta think about the switches for this board, okay, everyone? This is kind of a big deal. We gotta decide together, me and all 6 of us in chat. Hold on, this is kind of messy. I need to cut some random stuff. Here we go. Okay. Oh, what up, Mr. Godinez? Good to see you, bud. It's been a cool minute. It's been a cool minute indeed. So, we're gonna figure out how I'm gonna build up my Yohane TKL I got in recently. What kind of switch is this? We got. It's actually 2 brass plates. If you haven't seen this build before, or this board before, pretty cool, pretty cool. If you're wondering, how does it have 2 brass plates? So this section under my hand, this is 1 brass plate, and this section is another brass plate. So when you're typing on this, it's their independent plates. Yeah, you got these. Oh, I love these sweeping curves. The back right here, sweeping curves, baby. See that curve? That curve is sweeping. Wait, very cute. Oh yeah. Got a brass plate. Maybe I should have got for the poly. No, I think brass plate's a good option actually. Because the only other brass plate takeout I have is, I think, is my Jane V2. I think we gotta go linears for this, right? I think linears has to be the move for lubing switches for this board. Jay, have you been doing well? Hope you've been doing well. Wow, this black anode is such a fingerprint magnet, but it's so nice. Don't ask if you can ever decide for yourself. It's so hard to pick. I love these sides and the sweeping back. The Yohane TKL, it was basically a private buy, private-ish buy. USB-C. The PCB is designed by Heine, of course. Because, you know, good PCBs. I just love these sides. I'm just in love with these sides and like this sweeping curve right here. I actually like the weight. Who designed the case? EXE Designs. I don't know if you've heard of them yet. They haven't put anything out other than like this, and maybe one other thing that's also been private. I don't think they've done anything public yet. But this is something I was like, I would like to be a part of this, please. I would like to be a part of this and eat cheese. I would like to be a part of this, please. Not an F-13 guy. That's. I mean, this technically this isn't an F-13. This is a badge blocking the nav cluster up here. Because this is, you're supposed to have the normal 3 keys right here, but they have their own little thing covering up these 2. So technically this is print screen still. Technically. Yeah, okay, pal. Hey, look, it's not F-13 spacing because this is a full blocker right here, okay? There's a full blocker right here. There's a full blocker right here. This is print screen still. Just saying. Or this is the single artisan key, because that's what people do with these kind of boards, right? I should really ask if they have an extra brass plate I could buy, and then I would just cut this to make a DIY half plate. Oh, man. So good. Okay, I'm thinking. What switches used for this? I think I have to wait for my UMHW stems to see if they're good. If they're good from 415, then I think I'll use those probably in creams and then throw them on this board. Have I played with the Moon? I have not. I've heard good things with the Moon, I think. If it's the board, if it's the correct board I'm remembering. I think so. I think it's the board I've heard good things about. Okay, let's put this away for now, and let's think about what I have to do next. Oh, I know what I can do. This is my own Huey thing. Let's do something different, something unique. Let's lube some Space Invader switches, baby. See these guys? These guys, little chompers. Let's lube these, huh? Who's lubed these before? Who wants to find out how to lube these? We can lube these together. Let's do some 3204. No, let's do some 205 grade 0. Let's change it up. Change it up, buttercup. Yeah, I think this is gonna be a good. Why is my stool going down again? Come on, stool. This is critical information, yes, in case you ever somehow want to lube a Space Invader board, of course. So, first things first. The easiest way to take off the switch tops is to actually not use your fingers. That's for keycaps. You need to get an IC puller, probably will work the best. And the key thing is you want to pull straight up, and you kind of want to have your hand as a shield because the spring is in the center, and the springs sometimes can have a tendency to like fly. They're kind of annoying, these springs. So within the construction, there's like a lip on each side. So you just want to have the icy puller on the lips, on the sides, the top. And you just want to make sure you pull consistently straight up. Oh, there we go. See? And so we get this top part, which is the stem and top housing. Maybe I should... Oh, okay. I think I'm going to ultrasonic clean these, actually, before I lube them. And then you get... Oops, wrong way. See? The spring, which almost looks like it's two springs stuck together, but it's actually just one spring. That's what they look like. I mean, Space Mariner switches aren't that bad to take apart. They're just kind of annoying. As long as you don't lose the springs, it's fine. So I'm going to actually put all the springs on the side because I don't want... so I don't lose them as I pop them out. I'm going to take all the tops off. I need to ultrasonic clean these tops because let's see if I can show you guys. There's just like a kind of like dust crud in these. Yeah, you guys are gonna see like a slight like discoloration on some like the really fine edges, and that's just some like dust and debris that's gotten to the switch over the years. Here, you can see that like dark spot right there. Yeah, of course I'm gonna lube them. That's why I'm taking them apart. I need to ultrasonic clean them first. That's the key thing, because lubing them will be pointless if I don't ultrasonic clean them. I keep thinking I can pull my keycaps, but I can't. Nice and easy, see? So sketch. Music stops. I should try the Twitch offered music, see if it's any good. Has anyone heard the free music available from Twitch, if it's any good? Not. I know that's what Twitch is recommending because Twitch has been sending DMCA claims to freaking like rhythm game players who play rhythm games that use music, and they've been getting like hit with DMCA claims, which kind of sucks for them because, you know, it's kind of hard to stream a rhythm game and not be able to share the music. That sucks. But if you're an OS player or Guitar Hero / Clone Hero player, DDR player that streams, that sucks. Basically, rip. And a lot of like Twitch DJs who do like remixes of songs can't do that anymore as well. Oh gosh. It's so sketchy every time I pull these up. I can't believe I have to go through this whole thing, but it's gonna be worth it. It's gonna be worth it when all said and done. It does feel slightly sketchy because I also feel the plate slightly bend because it's an FR4 plate, so it has quite a bit of give. And there are legitimately like a finite amount of these plates in the world right now. I mean, I could get the file and could get another made, but... Oh yeah, so here we go. Here we go. Yeah, I think I'm going to use 205 grade 0, but I need to ultrasonic clean these. That's the key thing. Because these all have a little bit of crud in them. Not much. And the bottoms, I can just clean with an air blower. The bottoms look fine. It's just a little bit of dust some places. But that's not the big part, because as long as I lube the right parts on the stem, when it goes down this pole, then it'll be smooth and beautiful. Oh, thanks for the... Oh, no. Oh, spring almost got lost. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Omar Pixel, thanks for that. Thanks for the heads up. Raid coming. Who's gonna raid me? Nani? No, they're gonna come to see some weird shit going on. Space Invaders on a keyboard stream? This is also kind of slippery, so it's kind of hard to grab this to properly pull up with enough. No. Oh my god, the stem just flew that way. I can't believe I have to do this. Oh, let's keep going. Keep my wits about me. What did Vintkeys do this with when he did his video and I watched? I feel like he actually used like pliers, like a madman. Should I try that? Should I try pliers, folks? No. Should I? No. Oh, thanks so much for the raid. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, beautiful people in a beautiful world doing beautiful things. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to my jungle. I might have fun and games. Wait, I can't say more. I might get Twitch DMCA'd. Shit. I'm so worried I can't like even like quote a musical lyric in like even a sing-songy kind of way. Sup. Just sketchily taking apart my Space Invader switches so I can lube them. What lube am I going to use for these? I don't know. I got options. I'm thinking about 205 grade 0. These are the linear ones, so I think they'll actually work pretty well. I just need to, like I said, I got to open all of them up, and then I got to ultrasonic clean these tops. Project's going pretty well. Today's like day 2 in a row of lubing switches, and this is my break from lubing switches, which is taking apart. What food are we here to talk about tonight? You missed on the earlier food conversation, but for everyone joining, earlier we were talking about hot dogs. The grand question for the night for hot dogs is, what are your preferred condiments for hot dogs? Personally, for me, I typically like just going very simple with just mustard and relish. Nothing else for me, just mustard and relish. I'm pretty no ketchup. Ketchup and hot dogs is probably a sin. It's probably a sin. If I could change some edits to the Geneva Convention, ketchup and hot dogs would be a crime against humanity. Oh my god, I hate taking these apart. Straight up, straight up. There we go. If we go straight up, the spring stays. Oh. What is static age? Ketchup, yellow mustard, dill relish, good hot sauce, or grilled onions, fresh jalapeno, melted cheddar, bacon, and barbecue. That second one sounds way better, actually, than the first one. Damn, that actually sounds, yeah, it sounds pretty solid. Pretty solid. Well, you guys probably don't need to see the overhead view of me doing it, since it doesn't actually look that exciting from the overhead view, I can tell. We got this view instead. This is the A-cam view, and I forgot earlier to see if I could raise this. I just need to figure out if I have enough cable to raise this. I have some cable, but it's not that much. These switches are also a pain in the ass because they have 4 solder points for each switch. So it's just like a unnecessary amount of soldering. Still, this is a very cool board and fun board to build. FR4 plate, Space Invader switches, harvested off an old board. I got some keycaps over yonder. Nice to meet you as well. Well, what case is this? This is a just a cheapo Chinesium kind of case. Nothing special. Tray mount. Space Invader switches sound best in a plastic case. Originally I had them in my Fiel, but I moved them to this case because it actually sounds better in this case than my Fiel. Because that's Space Invader switches were meant for plastic cases. I mean, they weren't meant for FR4 plates, but it's a good upgrade. But yeah, nice to meet you. Welcome to my stream. I do some keyboard stuff from time to time, I guess. I like to talk about food and keyboard stuff. I have a few keyboards. I like to think I'm a little bit knowledgeable about keyboards, but I'm actually not that knowledgeable about keyboards. I only know a few things. Here we go. That one was easy for some reason. Okay, now I'm getting the rhythm. Who do you think knows more than me? I mean, it depends on what category, right? There's a ton of people who know more than me in artisans. I could name people who know more than me in every single category I can think of in keyboards. So, I mean, a ton of people know a ton more than me. I'm like a jack of many trades, a master of absolutely none of them. But I was like, who has more intimate Switch knowledge and how Switches work and shit? Hata, who I actually and personally know, who knows more about artisans. Literally everyone who knows more about, you know, designing custom keyboards. Most designers who knows more about like keyboard history. Plenty of people who've also been, you know, in the keyboard community as long, if not longer than me, who have better memory than me. So yeah, I definitely don't, you know, purport myself to be terribly great. I am a bit old in the hobby. I got that going on. I've been around the block once, maybe twice, maybe 3 times. I've lost count. But I like keyboards, and I think that's what matters the most. I'm just still scared I'm gonna lose a spring. I do have replacement switches if I lose a spring, but I do want to avoid that. Mostly because there are technically a finite amount of Space Invader switches left in the world, and they're never being made again, so. To be fair, PR, there's only 2 ex-Top Clack hosts. I don't know, Vector is a pretty solid fucking Top Clack host. I don't know if I'm even the best ex-Top Clack host in that regard. You've not seen a single episode since I left. I mean, they don't put on a. They still put on a fine show. I think. I know they don't do news anymore. I think they made that switch a month or 2 ago, and they just do like talking points now. But I mean, both Brian and Jay are, you know, upstanding guys, knowledgeable, definitely, very personable and very community oriented to a degree. So I mean, I'm sure the new shows. Almost lost a spring. Is great and A+ and hunky dory, you know. And if it's amazing now because they switched, good. Change is good. I mean, if anyone has watched my content, my stuff is always changing, and I mean usually for the worse. Hence, you know, my poor viewership, poor video views. But you know, I don't care because I'm having fun, and I hope you're having fun too. It was definitely fun to talk about new products, but it definitely became too much too quickly. And I already have that issue. I already have that issue with This Week in Keyboards. That's why I haven't made it This Week in Keyboards for a cool minute, because like This Week in Keyboards, every time I look at it, like the to-do list, I'm like, this feels more like a chore now than like having fun working on it. Where did I get the PCB? This PCB was designed by a friend in a small private, I guess, yeah, technically it's a private group buy. It's actually a proper PCB. It has USB-C support, which is a QMK, of course, duh. So yeah, no, it's a proper PCB. they're definitely a neat old switch. That's why I'm really happy. I'm gonna take them apart. I'm gonna ultrasonic clean the tops, and then we're gonna lube the tops, and then it's gonna be a fun time. I'll even ultrasonic on clean, on stream, because it's only gonna take, well, that part's gonna take 10 minutes, but leave it away from the dry, and I'll leave them overnight to dry, but we'll find something else to do in the meantime once I get through this part. Oh my goodness. What a raid, 161? I don't deserve this many viewers. Hi friends. Hope you all doing good. As I'm working on this stuff. So lit. Liddy liddy bang bang, baby. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Man, I feel like the ultimate imposter syndrome now. Thanks for coming by, everyone. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Welcome to my stream. If you don't know who I am, I'm Man of Interest. I'm your... not really your neighborhood keyboard guy, streamer. I'm just an... I'm not really the best. You're definitely a much better streamer. But I'm just here to have fun. Yeah, I'm working on Space Invaders. If you guys haven't recognized, these are some old school vintage switches called Space Invaders. I'm gonna zoom in because one of my favorite features about this switch is I call them little chompers because, okay, see these little two metal contacts on the inside? I didn't bring them closer. I didn't bring them closer for y'all. Come on, focus. Go, camera, go. Camera, I spent money on you. You're supposed to work. A. Okay? Okay? See these? The teeth come together when you push it down. That's how it actuates. It's a little like an alien mouth going sideways. A little chomp and chomp. And if you're wondering why they're called Space Invaders, I mean, look at the shape of these switches at the tops. So these ones are the linear ones. I also actually have the tactile ones as well, but I didn't put them on this build. This is a nice little PCB that a friend designed for a little private group buy, USB-C, QMK. So yeah, we found a use for these old vintage switches. So I'm trying to carefully take them apart. When you take these apart, they sometimes have a tendency for the spring to fucking fling everywhere, which you don't want because, like I mentioned, there's literally a limited amount of these in the world. And I'm trying not to lose these springs. So, wild. If you're wondering why it's in a cheapy China $10 case, is because Space Invaders just sound better in a plastic case. I had it in my FL, sounded pretty meh. Put it in these, sounds pretty good. You can lube these similar to how you'd approach MX switches. Yeah, you can definitely lube these in a similar fashion. I mean, my key criteria when I lube is like, what are the friction points and how do I address the friction points such that they'll be smoother? So after I ultrasonic clean the tops are also the stems. It's a 2-in-1. There are specific points on the tops that you want to lube that have contact with the pole in the middle. You lube those and you will be A+ hunky-dory set with what you need to do. You know what I'm saying? I was talking to my friend who designed these, and there may be more available in the future. This is kind of a TBD thing, because it's very niche and very not at all in demand, because most people in the hobby don't even know about Space Invader switches, to be perfectly honest, but there we go. I'm just getting in the rhythm. It's like a shitty version of a flow state. Stabilize switches, sideways where they enter. Yeah, Space Invaders are pretty fun stuff. I've tried some new in-box ones that Hata had, and they felt good. Like, I know these switches, when smooth, will feel amazing. These springs also kind of trip me out, because if you look at these springs, okay, don't these springs look like two springs coiled up? Like if you bought a set of springs. You're like, oh, you see springs like this. You're like, oh, better twist these to get them apart. No, this is one spring. They just have that little extra like bit in the middle. That's like that. Why? I don't know, man. I don't know. What they do. Yeah, Alps would not go well. I mean, that's why when we did this PCB, it was only like a 10 or 15 unit run. Originally, I was going to buy 2 of them, so we would make MOQ of 10 or 15. And then, fortunately, we had someone else join in. And I was like, yes, I only have to buy 1 instead of 2. I think this is the most viewers I've ever had at once. 113? Might be. That's how pleb I am. This is the most, I'm pretty sure, yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the most viewers I've had on my stream at once. Dude, it's not hard for make a custom. Just tell a noob to auto route. Auto route traces, baby. Can't go wrong. But you can. We're gonna get more? I mean, I don't know. I could. The designer of the PCB was considering doing like one more run of like 10 PCBs. It'd also probably be once again like a semi-private thing, but I don't know. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Where'd that spring go? Big rip. Everyone, can I get F's in chat? Because that spring is gone. That spring is legit gone. No way I'm getting that spring back. All right, let's get a replacement switch. Good thing I have literally no shortage of replacements. So if you're wondering what these switches look like out of the thing, look, you have 4 pins on the bottom. Let's go close, everyone. Let's look at this together, okay? You got 4 pins. Every time you solder each switch, it's twice as many solder points as a fucking cherry switch, okay? Yikes. In-switch diodes? No, in-switch fuck you. There's still diodes on the PCB, baby. So I'm just gonna take this spring, and this is just gonna be the sacrificial. Put this on the side. And switch diodes. Ah, they're not that advanced. Okay, let's continue, and be careful from here on out, so we don't completely. See now. Go. That's true. Some SMKs did have in-switch diodes, which are pretty cool. And some Cherry MX had in-switch diodes for certain boards. Like if you get the Kinesis Advantage, that weird ergo board, that one has in-switch diodes for all the switches. The in-switch diodes fit where you'd normally put a LED, so you can't put in-switch LEDs. But then again, if you have an ergo board like that, why would you put in-switch LEDs? Unless you were a maniac. Or you lived in 2012 when in-switch LEDs were still a popular thing. Because RGB keyboards weren't a thing yet. Back when people thought having, you know, a custom PC build with like all red or all green or all blue LEDs matching was the hot shit. Because as we all know, red LEDs improve your frame rate. Blue LEDs makes your CPU cooler. That's why the big revolution was when RGB LEDs came on motherboards and fans. Now you have all the benefits of all the colors all the time. Oh god, see, this is black leg right there. That's why I need to ultrasonic clean these. That is filthy. Yikes. Oh. I hope I find that random spring, though, and then I can put together that sacrificial switch again. Oh, shit. That was close. How's everyone doing tonight, by the way? And for everyone joining from Lowe's stream, I have a big question for everyone who's joining. All 92 of you, especially all you new people. What are your favorite hot dog condiments? Mustard and relish. I'm really simple. Mustard and relish. How am I doing tonight? I'm doing hunky-dory, A+. Flame you, ketchup. How do you get ketchup on hot dogs? Come on. Come on. Relish and onions, bacon. Bacon wrapped dogs, baby. Yum, yum, yum. Yeah, bacon wrapped dogs are... Oh, baby. Bacon wrapped dogs from a vendor who was like cooking them on some kind of grill you don't understand on the side of the street, who opens up a cooler and like you get a Coke and a bacon wrapped hot dog for like $1.50. The worst part is you're from Chicago and you chili shredded cheese. Oh, chili cheese dogs. A good call. Can't go wrong with condiments except for ketchup. Oh, Zepp Led didn't get the memo. Fight you. I feel like if I wait long enough for you to keep drinking your water, I will win. Is a hot dog a sandwich? Okay, it depends on what kind of how you believe sandwiches. Like, are you a sandwich structuralist or a sandwich materialist? Because some people believe that a sandwich is defined by the structure, and some people believe a sandwich is defined by the ingredients. And some people are kind of fluid on both regards. First, let's start with this. What do you guys think? Should a sandwich be defined by its structure, which is, you know, something, condiments, same of something? Or should it be like, no, it has to be two things between bread? Pizza is a sandwich? I feel like it's only true if you fold the pizza. Right? Because otherwise, like, what's on the bottom is not the same as what's on the top. Like a calzone would be like the pizza version. Is an open face sandwich really a sandwich though? It's just like a lazy man. An open face sandwich is like toast. Like no one calls butter on toast an open face sandwich. Right? Like, oh, what kind of open face sandwich do you have? Toasted butter. Toasted butter. Favorite open face sandwich. I need to move my camera. You guys keep seeing my hair too much. Like just going like that. I can show you guys, like, is this on? No, it's not on. Okay, this one is. Hey, the close up. You guys don't need to see that. My hair is so long. I have not got. I told myself haircut. I'll get a haircut once there's a vaccine for coronavirus. I said that back in February. I got my haircut back in January, and I have not cut my hair since. It's been growing out. It's been growing out. So it's kind of annoying, to be perfectly honest. My hair being this long. If you did a meetup in March, you're part of the program, bro. Part of the problem, bro. Supposed to be social distancing, man. Not having meetups. Yikes. Okay, here we go. Okay, bottom row. We've only lost one spring though. Kind of proud of myself. Not gonna lie. I put that spring in the wrong container. Not gonna lie. Pretty proud of myself. I thought this would go significantly worse than it actually did. Hot dog. I want a hot dog. Man, next stream I should make a hot dog. Next stream I should bring some alcohol. Do some shots. Party. You know what I'm saying? Same. Whoa, whoa. Shots while you're at work. Nice. I'm hungry and like hot dogs. Are you like a hot dog connoisseur on Instagram? Because if you are, no, I definitely want to follow you. We all need to get deep in hot dogs together, everyone. What should I do next? I'm going to... I got it. I already know it. You get your ultrasonic tray, okay? Hot dogs like 50% of your content? It feels like 50% of your content is lacking then. This is a rookie number, not even on purpose. It sounds even better. So these are ready for the ultrasonic cleaner now. I mean, do you guys want to see the ultrasonic cleaner on stream? I mean, it's not that. It's actually not that exciting. This is a very cheapo $40 unit. But I can show you the ultrasonic process if people would like. I'm not sure how interested people are in how many hot dogs do you eat a day. On average, how many hot dogs do you eat a day? If I could have a hot dog every day, I probably would actually. Pop-Tarts or ravioli? I mean, is any kind of baked good that's like in like dough a ravioli? Yes, I have seen that. It's the Whitest Kids You Know skit. So how many hot dogs would you say a day? Walk me through one of your days, Timmy. You wake up and you have a bite. What do you have a bite of? Ah, hot dog. Okay, let me get the ultrasonic cleaner. Let's get it. I'll bring it out. You guys can probably still hear me. I'm in my bathroom now. Promise you that's not my piss stream. My piss stream is not that strong. Could you imagine, though, if someone pissed with that force? That'd be wild. Okay. It's going to be a very simple process today. Ultrasonic cleaning on stream because this is the best content I can do for you guys. I'm sorry. Gonna start with some denture tabs. Denture tabs. Denture tabs. Okay, step one is wonder why this doesn't have power. It's clearly plugged in. Why do you not have power in this outlet? Oh, I know why it doesn't have power. Because I should flick on the on switch. Duh. I'm a genius. Okay, step 2. Let's set the time for 10 minutes. 600 seconds, 10 minutes, okay? We got these, right? These nice little dirty top housing stems, okay? We're gonna dunk them in. Bam. But we have a problem. They're floating. I need to poke these down so all the air goes down and they sink. So I need them to feel the full wrath of the ultrasonic cleaner, okay? Let's just pretend my hands were clean when I did that. Are they all down now? Is there there's a floater? Deal with all the floaters. There we go. Okay? You can actually see. Maybe if I should zoom in, you guys can see how dirty some of these are. Some of these are actually pretty bad. If you look through, there's some bits like over here where you can see like little black bits along the sides of the stem and whatnot. It's just dirty. It is just dirty. I'm going to use denture tabs as my detergents. These guys. I'm using 2 denture tabs. For me, that I found is a good ratio for keycaps and switch housings in general. It's nice. Gonna be a nice clean. Okay, so I'm gonna get 2 ready. Here's one of them. The second one kind of cracked when I was opening it. It's fine. So I'm gonna drop them in, and I'm gonna hit the start button. I'm also need to find the lid. Let's find the lid. Where are you, lid? It's in the restroom still. What a stream. 80 people watch man push his button. Actually, I guess a lot of streams can be really dumb if you use someone fight like that. Okay, so really simple. I already have it set to 600 seconds, 10 minutes. Gonna take this. Gonna take this. Bam, bam, bam. You see it's already doing its magic, right? On. And we leave it to go. So I'm gonna put this over on the side. Yeah, if you only stayed for hot dog talk, that's probably the best part. So I'm gonna unfortunately have to move Gator Ron and our friend here, because I'm gonna put this at the corner of the desk. Yeah, it's gonna be fine. And we're gonna wait. And while we wait, I'm gonna look at these hot dog pictures. Hey, that looks pretty good. I'm gonna hit that follow button because I want to see more hot dogs on my feed from time to time. I should lube other switches, so I think I might at least take apart these switches. What are these switches? Did I just bring out a soup container? Am I gonna start eating soup on stream? No, these are my Desk Hero Holy Panda Palm Edition. So they're Holy Pandas with palm housings. How are these gonna turn out? Well, let's see how they look first. Bam. Not too bad. Not too bad. They look a bit different than Holy Pandas. They're the white is a bit more ivory than straight white. The bump is a bit smoother, a bit more curved instead of like super sharp, which is actually very pleasant under the fingertips. Let's take apart these 90 switches first. And to do that, I need to store these springs somewhere safe. So let me grab a little plastic baggie for those. Okay. Plastic baggie obtained. I don't know where my Sharpie went. There've been a lot of I'm okay with burgers too. Burgers are also delicious. Favorite side to go with a burger? I mean, a pickle. Onion rings are also a pretty good option. Bloomin' onion. That'd be the overkill option. A burger is a sandwich if you put it between two burgers. You can never have enough burgers. Okay, so how do I take apart switches? I have my own little routine. Big goes here, medium here, medium up here. It's gonna be like this, okay? I got my switch open. Let's see if these are difficult to open like some Holy Pandas are. Let's just start, okay? That's gonna be easy process. Ready? And okay, it's fine. 1, 2. Oops, there's supposed to be 3 down here, and then 4 over here. These are actually pretty malleable switches, so not too bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, and you just get into the flow state. Man, these housings are kind of slippery, but they are palm. So people might be wondering, hey, if these are palm switches, you know, aren't cream switches also all palm? And, you know, cream switches, when they're unlubed or not broken in, they suffer from this stick-slip phenomenon. Do these palm Holy Pandas also suffer from that stick-slip phenomenon? Let's find out. Yes, but you have to go really slow and look for it. If you're going to type on it normally, nah, you're not going to. You won't find it, even when it's new and unlubed. Force curve graph win? I guess soon. So why do creams have it? Because the palm composition is different. Not all palm is the same, like how not all ABS is the same, not all PBT is the same. Plastic compositions are complicated things and can change the properties of switches. If you're wondering, why don't creams just switch? Because it's kind of expensive to make sure that your machining and your tooling can work on a different plastic composition with that plastic the same exact way. There used to be people a long time ago, back in the day, 2013, before people knew a lot more about like keyboard manufacturing, keyboard information. A lot of people back then, like GMK was like a relatively new thing, like a new discovery. They've been around obviously, but within the enthusiast space, they were a more newer discovery, and they started making keycaps for people. People wondered like, hey, we like PBT. Why doesn't GMK just put PBT in their machines and make double shot PBT? If you're wondering, that would ruin the machine. What was the first keycap group buy? It was for I covered it on an individual keycap. I believe was a Full Metal Alchemist novelty keycap, but that was die subbed by a guy in his living room. I think that was technically the first keycap group buy. The first key set group buy. I would need to check my notes. I do not remember, but I think I covered it on Key Quiz a while ago. Speaking of, I really need to bring back Key Quiz. That was a fun show. Wobble doesn't seem that bad with these stems, to be honest. So I'm not going to worry about really filming them. Something from SP? I need to check. SP actually used to run group buys themselves. Like, people would approach them. They actually would have like milestones and MOQs listed on their site. It was a different time. And these do have the PCB mounting pegs, which are nice. Should I put these in my Zephyr when I rebuild it? Would that be metal? Palm Holy Pandas in 5mm brass? Ooh. That's not something people would dream of until modern year. And I think we only have 90 seconds left for the ultrasonic. I like lube Holy Pandas quite a bit. I mean, these ones are actually feel like they'll be pretty nice after they're lubed, because I've gotten a bit bored of like the overly sharp Holy Panda feeling. So something like this where it's like a bit more curvier, or like the Glorious Pandas, for me have been pretty comfortable and pretty nice, pretty refreshing. Pretty refreshing take on the classic formula. The classic formula. I guess by now it's classic. Speaking of classic, how long do you guys think until people are going to be like, oh man, remember back in the day when we had all those great 65% gaskets running on interest check and group buys? Because it's funny because like a lot of people are getting, in my opinion at least, are getting pretty sick of them now, right? Everyone's like, oh, it's another interest check for another 65% gasket amount from some guy who has 3 posts. But I'm pretty sure like there's going to be nostalgia goggles in, like a couple years where people are like, oh man, I remember when there used to be so many gasket amounts, 65%. What happened? Yeah, man, what a crazy time. I miss those. And everyone's gonna be like, no, you don't actually miss it. You think you miss it. I'm really mixed if I should keep these springs or replace them. Nah, people aren't gonna look back with rose-tinted goggles. You think people are just gonna be like, yeah, thank God we're past that. Yeah. Do you think interest in the hobby will drop off a cliff when the human malware has a vaccine? No. I mean, even before, the hobby has been projected amazing growth. And even through this, it's still projected amazing growth. I mean, it's just a growing hobby right now. It's the growth may slow later on, but it's still growing ridiculously fast. I mean, like, look at me. I've been in the community so long. The community's growing so fast. I'm basically forgotten. People don't know about me anymore. I'm kind of happy about that. I can be like low key, and people like don't bother me for forced curve graphs, which is good. 'Cause a lot of people forget that I can even generate forced curve graphs because I got a machine for it. I'm kind of happy being kind of low key now. Will people miss seeing foam and renders before a prototype? I don't know. I think really in like modern day, it's bad form to do a intent to run a board without a prototype. I think prototype is like quickly becoming like a norm or a standard. That I think if you want to be like a runner or designer worth your salt, you get a fucking prototype. Fuck, you get 4 other friends together, MLQ of 5, you get a few prototypes, so you even get a few people to try it out and give you feedback too. You know? Am I Ripster 55? No. Too many ICs without protos, and they're always gasket. Yeah, gaskets gasket is so 2020. But what if you're buying the prototype? I mean, someone's got to get a prototype. That just means if you're a scummy person, you got some great trade or flip bait. Or if you're a caring person, you were invited to help your friend out work on something that matters to them. Perspectives. I mean, the Johanna TKL I showed off earlier is kind of like in that same boat. Like, none of you guys probably know about that, other than the people who've watched my stream or are the friends or the people who've seen those boards. Which I kind of want to show it off again now that there's more people watching, because it's a pretty cool board. The weirdest thing is when people look for gasket boards and they have no clue why they're looking for gasket boards. You have a great point, Genaball. Yeah, no, you definitely have a great point. I mean, people look into them because they're the in thing, right? Typically, what's the in thing isn't necessarily going to be a bad option. It's just going to be like, everyone knows it's at this point a safe option, right? Kind of like for like a lot of boards in 2019, the safe option for every designer was, I guess I'll offer a polycarb case because enough people are going to end up wanting to buy it. So everything had a polycarb option, whether or not it should have had a polycarb option. Because in my opinion, polycarb option isn't always the best option to go. You know what I mean? I think gaskets are like the new thing of that. Because now I think people are like, you don't see everything with a polycarb option anymore like you used to. Now it's like gasket is the new thing. Except it's not even like an option, it's just a gasket board because, yeah. You don't know till I try? I have several polycarb boards. I have tried several times. I mean, I'm literally sitting next to, I counted the other day, like a ton of boards. I have a few boards next to me. I'll say that much. I have a few boards. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What is this? Oh, you know what that is. What's up? What's up, my dude? It's just... You know what that is. Thanks for a video, by the way, on how to open up and lube Space Invaders. They actually just finished... The tops just finished in the ultrasonic. Why are they open like this? Because I'm going to lube them. It's right there, still. What do you mean why are they open like that? Because I'm going to lube them. I'll lube the tops. There's... Okay. If I move this, there's my ultrasonic cleaner. Really? You're worried about the dust for the 10 minutes they'll be exposed? Do I prefer tactiles? No, I like both linears and tactiles. I think it depends on the plate, the board, the build. Plus, I got one of those little air things. It goes air jet all the dust out. I'm not worried about a countable amount of specks of dust. But yeah, no, I like both tactiles and linears. Like when I started this hobby, this is boomer talk now. When I started this hobby, back in my day, I could count the amount of switch options available on both hands for custom keyboards. You had Cherry MX Blues, Browns, if you were lucky, Clears, if you were lucky, Greens, and Blacks and Reds. Whites were a rumor of this mysterious clicky switch that was also shitty, so no one really cared about that. Back in my day, we had to do group buys for Cherry MX Clear switches because vendors didn't carry those yet. In fact, most vendors even carry single switches because most vendors didn't exist yet. Not like today where there's like everyone and their mother in their living room is a vendor, right? What does everyone offer these days? Lube, which is out of stock for everyone. Stabilizers. What else do all the new vendors offer? But yeah, you guys know what I mean. Y'all know what I mean. Desk mats, yep. Are these pre-lubed? Actually, I haven't checked these. Oh, these aren't. These are completely bone dry. No factory lubing. Nice. They know what's up. They know who these switches are for. Okay, after I finish up opening all these switches, we'll put these back to a side, and we're going to take a look at the results of the ultrasonic cleaning. What is this now? Oh, the new vendor starter pack. Stabs, films, JWK switches, stock lube, GAT switches. Good shit, Ball. That's what I was thinking of. This is a big true. Yeah, everything these days is a recolor. I mean, we had the big wave of Gatoron recolors. Now it's just a big wave of JWK Duroc recolors, right? That's all it is. Which is fine. I mean, it's something that some people care about, and if they want to care about it, good for them. As long as they're not like hopefully they're not overpaying for a recolor. I know some of the recolors can get pricey for God knows what reason, but I guess for the clout. Man, I'm getting paranoid that I'm gonna like accidentally improv hum something that exists and get DMCA striked by freaking Twitch because they've been like on it recently, apparently with people. Was the background music dead? I'll turn the background music back on. I don't know. What do you guys feel about Switch recolors? Are you guys done with them, or do you guys think it's fine? I'm kind of done with them. Okay, these are all done. Let's bring out. So look at this. This is what scares event keys the most. Open, uncovered Space Invader switches. Oh baby, baby. Okay, let's take this. Look, it's all done. It's all blue. Oh, they're all clean now. Actually, I still see there are some that are kind of dirty, but I hope they'll rinse off. I'm kind of thinking one more pass through. Yeah, I'm thinking one more pass through of 10 minutes. Then we'll be good. Then I'll rinse them. I'll be solid. The people who are done with them, have them. With them, have them, yeah. They do feed the matching OCD. That's very true. That's, I think, a big part. There's so many people who still can't get them. That's true. I think a benefit to recolors is at least there are more and more runs of these switches that sell out quickly. The fact that they sell out quickly is at least people still have a demand for these switches, whether or not it's just for the colorway or because like people keep hearing about JWK switches and want to try them and haven't had a chance yet. I mean, I didn't try JWK switches until I could get them from Novel Keys as the dry switches. I couldn't get on any other JWK buys, literally until then. So like I feel that too. Even I feel that. Of course I feel that. All right, that's back on. Another 10 minutes. Let's grab my looping station and put the switch bottoms on. And let's get a more attractive background going on that's more visible to see for stream clarity. Like one of these Fiskar self-healing cutting mats. Don't red inks improve FPS? Dude, they improve your response time. They make you type faster. They improve your WPM, my dude. I remember like early keyboard days, people used to have their like asinine beliefs like, oh, you can only use linear street gaming, Topra is bad at gaming, and like weird stuff like that where it's like, no, just use what's comfortable and it's fine. I'm so happy that things have changed. and people, in some respects, have gotten better. I mean, there's definitely much more like popcorn in the drama in the community than there used to be, but that's what happens with more people, right? It's a natural result of people existing. Another day, another desk map. Another desk map, another piece of stolen art. Is that too spicy? I'm not saying particularly anyone who has stolen art, but I'm just saying there's a chance that some of these desk maps that you've been seeing maybe, you know, partially borrowed from existing artwork or media. So you suck at gaming. You've been playing on an HHK for 10 years. Which is worse, JWK switches or JWK stabilizers? I mean, that's like comparing an apple and an orange. Like, what do you mean by worse? Like, worse in like recolors or availability? Worse as a JWK product? Compared to alternatives. The Gamer's Nexus Mantis is pretty awesome. Bitter Seeds. I don't know, Doxkey. That's an interesting one to think about. I feel like I should dress up for Halloween since it's popping up. Let's dress up for Halloween, everyone. My Halloween costume. Okay. I gotta have some kind of gimmick to stay popular. You think this is that gimmick? Who knows? Who knows? See, I have to skirt the line between staying relevant but not staying mainstream. It's a very fine line I try to toe. When I say try to toe, I mean as long as I work as hard as I can, that will be the best I can be, which is fun, which is good. I am your father, Lord. It's getting warm in my room again. I feel it. I have like 3 studio lights in front of me, 1 behind me. And I know they're LEDs. They still emit heat. Not as much heat as like, big old bulbs, but imagine if I like wore my normal mask that I wear, and then I put this on top, and people are like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm being sanitary." Humans are dead. Oh, wait, that's a real song. Shit, I'm gonna DCMA claim now. Oh, yeah, this is actually getting kind of... Sorry, top camera. Unbearably warm. Oh. How's the weather been for everyone, by the way? Hope it's been good for y'all. We've had like a mini heat wave here, and it's finally kind of ending, so... We've been having like roughly 40-degree differentials between like morning and like late afternoon, which has kind of been a pain in the ass. So I'm happy that's over, and it's going to be more just consistent most of the day. That's normal for you in NorCal. I mean, I'm in Fresno, and it's just annoying. I mean, NorCal's a little bit more understandable, but I mean, yeah, it's the same thing for us. We got from 45. I mean, but in Fresno, it's usually more consistently like lower temps once it gets to the winter, since desert and all, and then in the summer it's just consistently burning. Next up is be warmer, but it's been 40s to 50s. Snowed at one point. Ooh. I just like temperature consistency. That's the key thing. I don't like the wild swings. Rain would be so nice. I agree with you, Bitter. Rain, rain, rain. I've already pre-decided I'm gonna stream for 19 more minutes because I think 3 hours is a fair enough time to stream. So most likely I'll put all these down. We'll talk and hang out, and then we'll raid someone. So, sandwiches. We got all new people in chat, I think. And the other day we had a pretty riveting conversation. That a lot of people had we had some fighting words, okay? Let's start with the big question from yesterday. PB&J sandwich. What's the best flavor for the J and PB&J? Gnarly, you're on it. You're on it, Gnarly. I'm not going to get on the obliterated 75. Doxkey, you know what's up too. See, Team Strawberry, come on. Come on. Hub, you're at it again with the grape. I'm sorry. You're probably going to be outnumbered today as well. Team Strawberry never loses. NJ dead. Okay, grape. Okay. I understand why people like grape in PB&J. It's like the classic. Like, it's like... If you think of like the most stereotypical PB&J, like if you would imagine like a cartoon character making PB&J, it's probably grape, right? Orange marmalade. Yo, Wildin. Strawberry is best, but PB&J, I mean, I'm not even talking about how great PB&J is. I agree PB&J isn't amazing, but for PB&J, strawberry is the best J. Apple jam. I think you're the first person I've heard say apple jam, or apple jelly, I mean. Hit apple on a PB&J is actually pretty good if you eat peanut butter sandwiches with sliced apples. I mean, that's one thing. That's one thing. Like, I know people who like dip apples in peanut butter, like straight up, like they scoop out some peanut butter on a plate. They grab apples and they just use the apples as spoons. But I think like apple jelly is... Yeah, kind of weird, champ, to be honest. Maybe if you're talking about like sliced apples in just a peanut butter sandwich, I can get that. Okay. Part 2 of this discussion, which is I think another big part. PB&J. Is it acceptable to substitute jelly for either jam or preserves in a peanut butter and thing sandwich? That's the next big question. Is it appropriate to substitute jam or preserves instead of jelly? I think so. Yesterday we had a ton of people say it wasn't, and it looks like today is my day because it's perfectly acceptable, right? Like, it doesn't have to be jelly. I think like jam and preserves are completely fine. How poor you are and what's in the fridge. That's also fair. Jam is not the same. Hold on, no, jam is not the same as jelly. There's actual difference between jam, jelly, and preserves. That's why I differentiated those options. I mean, in flavor-wise and option-wise, I agree that they both are equally represented in the J. But when people actually spell out PB and J, 99% of the time, people are saying peanut butter and jelly. And when people say peanut butter and jelly, I'm a literalist in that, in which I assume they actually mean a jelly. Hence my question of, is it appropriate to substitute a jam or, well, what you call jam, we call jelly, and it's vice versa, I believe. But we do have a differentiating between our jelly and our jams and our preserves. But yeah, most people who say PB&J are referring to jelly, and I assume they mean actually peanut butter and jelly. And I have one last follow-up question. I think this was the most controversial I asked. Toasted or untoasted bread for a PB&J? I think that was the last one. I think that's deep fried. You're wildin'. I like it. Toasted, deep fried, untoasted, untoasted, untoasted. Really? I think toasted. Toasted's like the way to go. Deep fried is what? A Monte Carlo, Monte Cristo sandwich, technically, I think. But does it have to be white bread? Well, we'll get to that too. We'll get to that too. But first, the main question is toasted or untoasted. I think toasted, because like if you spread too much, you end up with like soggy bread. Typically. Right? Am I crazy? You want to try making it uncrustable and frying it in butter. Oh, you're right. Monte Cristo uses French toaster bread. You are correctly right. You're right. It's interesting. That was the fun part. Part of the fun as a kid. I guess. If it's toast, it has to cool down, or else the peanut butter oozes too much. I don't know. I keep my peanut butter in the fridge so it's cold, so it just makes my peanut butter easier to spread. Am I getting any group buys this month, or did one recently? I mean, I paid my shipping for the Ogre recently. I'm going to show you this other board I got in, since we don't have much time. This is from my private group I was in that arrived recently. Yeah, don't you refrigerate your peanut butter? Doesn't everyone refrigerate their peanut butter? Is this an Asian thing? I also refrigerate my ketchup. Is that a weird thing as well? Okay, I'm not okay. Bitter Seeds also refrigerates peanut butter. Okay, I'm not crazy. You don't think you refrigerated? Yes, because organic. Yes, because spilling. I've already unboxed this before, but this is a TKL I've got recently. I don't know what switches I'll put in this. Probably won't be those switches. It's pretty nice. This is cool. This actually has 2 plates. This section right here is 1 plate, which is independent from this section, which is another plate. Top mounted, okay. Back, very cute weight. Look at these beautiful sweeping sides, by the way. Look at the sides, beautiful sweeping. Oh, I love this. I absolutely love this. Feels luscious, looks luscious. Look at that side. That side profile, and as you turn it, you see that scoopage, that sweep. So if I zoom in here, and I push down this, you can see how the other side here isn't affected because it's a separate plate. Like the other side isn't even moving because they're 2 plates. So when you type on this section, it's just the typing section, right? There's no extra like of this side holding up this side of the board, so it's more consistent. Yeah, top-mounted boards used to be the shit between 2016 and 2018, and everyone's like, gasket mount, gasket mount, gasket mount. Yeah, so gasket mount's been like a huge thing. I mean, if I can turn this side camera here. I mean, so if I go to my face, hi, I have some cameras you can see, some keyboards you can see over here and stuff, and it goes down beneath the table where you can't see of some boards. So that's cool. That's some of my boards. I don't know. I've always been like really mixed if I want to do like a video of all my boards. I have a mix of several kinds of boards: gaskets, top mounts, tray, sandwich, hybrid mounts. Like I have one like this board is actually pretty interesting. I'm gonna rebuild this soon. Actually, I might actually even use those pandas. So this board does have a gasket layer. It's not a foam layer, but a gasket layer between the PCB and plates. But this gasket layer goes out and expands to pegs on the top and bottom, and those are sandwiched in. So it's like a trampoline mount. Because like the plate isn't mounted at all anywhere. It's only this gasket layer between the plate and PCB that's mounted to the case. I think this is interesting. Poorly executed in my personal, so far in using it. But very interesting, of course. Pretty cool board. Also, private group buy. Showcase them one by one in some stream or video. Talk about what you got them. I probably will at some point. I plan on starting a stream more on weekends. So like weekday streams, like Monday through Thursday or Friday, whenever I do stream, won't be every day like I have been. But when I do stream on the weekdays, it's usually like more chore related, lubing switches, maybe a small build. And then weekend streams are more of going to be like a new show idea I've been working on. I'm not sure if you guys who rated me have seen any of my content before in the past. I have a YouTube video. I sometimes put videos up. But I try doing like different kind of ideas for content and shows. Past examples would be like the cool board and key quiz. So upcoming on weekends, I'm going to have this new live stream idea, which is going to be like basically like old school Top Gear meets me doing keyboard stuff. So it'll be a mix of like live segments and pre-recorded segments that I'll show off on stream. So the first one's going to be this weekend, assuming I finish my video editing. And it's through that which I'll start going through some of my unique boards I have in like video segments or live segments to talk about them. I do think some of them are worth talking about, even if it's only for like a short, 3 to 10-minute segments, because I think some of them have quite a bit to offer in perspective that's unique and different. Part of it is just flexing as well, to be honest. Like, look, this stainless steel AEK64. Stainless steel AEK64, what do I mean? This whole case, even these nicely machined curves, is all made of steel. And by the way, if you look really closely, the seam, focus. Nope, not on the bottom, focus on the board. Here we go. The seam is right here, which means this whole top piece is a single piece. What up, my dude? Tuesday Lubeapalooza. Thank you. The hardest part is now I need to think of a new stream title for tomorrow. Because yesterday was a Lubeathon. Today was a Lubeapalooza. I'm taking suggestions for tomorrow's lube stream title. Tomorrow I'll be lubing these Palm Holy Pandas, and I'll be lubing some Space Invader switches. What's a good lube name? Do I feel a big difference between the OG V7 Pring versus Drop Panda V2s? I don't have any Drop Panda V2s, so I don't know. Lube Stravaganza or Lubeganza, both are pretty good. Does it have to be one word? No, but it has to work. You know what I mean? It has to work. Like Lubeapalooza works. Lubeathon works a bit weaker though. Brown Alps though, this is nice. Yeah, this is the board that a board that I'd like to talk about, and I'd also a board that I'd like to lube because I need to lube this. What are the palm pandas? Yeah, these are holy pandas, but with palm housings, which are pretty cool. I like how they feel so far for tactiles, to be honest. I've been getting quite bored of like holy pandas, like old school holy pandas, because they're pretty sharp on the tactility, even when you're lubing it. But these are much nicer now. Were there an actual holy panda made with palm? Yes, the housing is actually made with palm. So it's actually a holy panda made with palm. Nothing quite feels like the OG Holy Panda. You're definitely right about that. I mean, I have like unique boards. Like, if you watch my lube stream the other week, I lubed my Brown Alps here on my Leaf 60. Think about it. Brown Alps, USB-C, not cylindrical, but spherical keycaps for Alps. High Pro Alps keycaps. Gasket mounted Alps. In a polycarb case. This is like bringing Brown Alps to the maximum meme potential of current year. The only thing short that this board could be to be a total like 2020 meme is if this was 65% with a badge. Thank God it's not. But yeah, this is, in my opinion, recently one of my favorite boards. Joke, except it is. My dude. Where did this go? This went somewhere. Oh, there it is. I also have like a pretty early progenitor to the modern, gasket craziness, which is the meme that Switch Mod did. Where did I buy my Palm Pandas? I got it from Desk Hero. Holy Panda Palm Edition. This is also a very cursed board. Oh my god, this board is so cursed. Look, I got red and tactical red. Just like my Xeno that has black and tactical black. Speaking of the Xeno, I can finally announce a release date for the Xeno review. I can finally announce it. I've been working on the Xeno review for a long time. This review includes interviews with Poner, the designer. It includes an interview with Wilba, the PCB designer. It's like a whole research paper, basically. The review for the Xeno will release mid to late November at the 2-year anniversary of the Xeno's group buy. I'm clapping for myself. I'm such an asshole. I got the most scuffed Xeno from the buy. I've seen modern Xeno pics. I'm confident I still got the most scuffed Xeno. I'm kind of salty about that, not gonna lie. Yeah, the script is completely done. This is actually the 7th revision for my Xeno review script. I'm just finishing up getting some footage. I've already started the editing for that review. I'm gonna have a whole live stream special where I cover the Xeno. Kind of like how Top Gear and Grand Tour has their own traveling specials. I'm gonna have a Xeno special where there's gonna be both live segments and pre-recorded review segments of the Xeno. Kind of surprised when he knew you'd review. Fuck, man, like, yeah, I don't know. To be fair, like, I don't know, like, I'm kind of salty that I got the worst one. Same exact time, it's like, well, at least I know, like, I'm not getting special treatment. Unless this is the special treatment, which is also fucked up. What happened to This Week in Keyboards? Great question. I honestly haven't been working on This Week in Keyboards just because every time I look at, like, the new Interchecks and Geek Hack news and stuff and group buys, it's just like so overwhelming to sort through it all. And I'm not gonna lie, I've been really really demotivated in that series. Right now I'm trying to find a way to make it more exciting, or just like find a flame to work on, find some tinder to work on to turn it into a nice fire of passion for This Week in Keyboards. Because really, like, if you watch like the last like 8 episodes, even like that many, right? Everything is the same. It's like, here's 4 good topics, and when you get to the rapid fire, here's like 95% of shitty topics. And at certain and you know, even the last like 4 or 5 episodes, I started cutting a ton of stuff from the you know, rapid fire, and they'd still drag on so long. So honestly, I'm kind of in agreement with, like, I might just skip interest checks unless they're from friends or they're promising because they have a prototype, right? Like, if it's an interest check where it has a prototype, okay, that's going somewhere. If it's from Joe Schmo Zhang, you know, with 3 posts in the most broken English without a prototype and like a 1 paragraph and a weak ass render, then no. Maybe do a show where it's only stuff I like. Maybe that too. I don't know. It's yeah, definitely something I'm considering. Like I said, I do want to cover news or talk about newer keyboard things to a degree. I just working on tinkering with that format of how to. I'm not gonna lie. The rapid fire roasts were good. I think I'm gonna incorporate the rapid fire roasting into my new weekend stream segment stuff that I do. I think that's how I'm gonna do it there. I'm not gonna lie, my weekend stream that I'm gonna do in the future, it's literally gonna be me copying old Top Gear, except I won't have co-hosts. I'll be like, today I found this, or this week I found this on the internet. In tonight's episode, Huey pokes a keyboard, looks around a tree, and you know, bullshit like that. Do a show where it's only ICs from John's. Dude, that'd be painful. That would be, depending on how I tweak the premise, actually could be really funny. It's like, what's the best worst? What's the best worst IC, or what's the worst best IC? No, the first one. What's the best worst IC? And it's just like all really crappy ICs. Everything is worse but barely perceptible in indefinable way. Schedule. Yeah, I don't have cool commands yet. Okay, so I'm just, if you, I don't know if you're drawing any motivation from our feedback, when it means anything. Thanks so much for that. No, I do really draw motivation when people talk to me about my content. I have a chance to talk about my content, which I don't do enough. I really should open more about my creative process, because if I don't, I just kind of get locked in this box of like negativity. But yeah, thank you. It matters a lot. But in terms of scheduled docs keys, you're wondering, so the weekend thing I'm planning on doing, I don't have an exact schedule. I'm thinking of Sunday afternoons, like midday West Coast. So it's be much more accessible for people on the East Coast or people anywhere in general. And for me, because it's like during the daytime, which would be nice. Instead of like, you know, right now it's 11:04 p.m. here, which means people on the East Coast are either don't have work tomorrow or just gonna be like, YOLO, 3 cups of coffee, baby, or 2 caffeine pills, which is actually like 2 caffeine pills would be 6.5 cups of coffee. But that aside, 2:04. Gnarly, what are you doing, bud? what are you doing? It's 2:04. I hope you got a day off tomorrow, or you start late, because, oh man, I've started to get into the point in my life repairing your. Oh, okay, that's important. East Coast. How do you guys do it? 2 a.m. Just a normal day. Y'all wildin', man. To be fair, PR, you're young enough where that's totally fine for you to like to stay up late and just bullshit around. Thanks, my dude. Thanks for being here quietly to support me, guys. It really helps a lot. So yeah, I got another stream this week. It's gonna be the lube something lube related. Finish homework, not tired enough to sleep. That's fair. But tomorrow, going to be lubing these switches, going to be lubing these switches. I'll have 2 batches of switches to lube. But at least by tomorrow, I will have a board finished up. So it's going to be much more consequential than yesterday's stream or today's stream. Remember, everyone, strawberry is the best flavor for PB&J, for the J part of the PB&J. Toasted bread is my recommendation for PB&Js. If you don't toast your bread for PB&Js, like, it's just going to get soggy, bruh. What are you doing? And, actually, even though I accept people using other kinds of bread for PB&Js, white bread or that's it for me. Not gonna lie, you're the first person who said blueberries as well. But strawberries is where it's at. Well, it's been a chill 3 hours for me. I have real life things to do, unfortunately. Thanks everyone so much for watching, and hey, hit that follow button if you want to keep track of when I'm streaming. During the weekdays, I don't have a really set schedule like a lot of the pro streamers in our community do. So best thing is just to hit that follow button and see when I pop online with notifications, your call. Weekends, I will be having actually a set schedule coming soon. Still working that out, but keep a track for that. That's definitely going to be a much bigger deal for me, as it's going to be like a full 1 to 2 hour like semi-scripted live show with pre-recorded segments and whatnot I show and talk about and everything. So everyone, thank you so much for watching the stream today. If you want to support what I do, I got links down below to all my bullshit. That's all I'm going to say. If you want to hang out, chat in Discord, everyone have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, and night wherever you are. And no matter what, don't forget, keep on keyboarding.